From New York City, it's time to play the match game. This portion of the match game brought to you today by Listerine Antiseptic. Contains more active germ-killing ingredients than any leading mouthwash. Your breath stays fresh because your mouth is clean with Listerine. And now, here's your host, Gene Rivers.
All right, here we go. The match game, a game of judgment involving two teams. You've met part of these teams. You'll get a closer look at them in a moment or so. Now let's meet their team captains. First, the internationally celebrated motion picture star, Miss Jayne Mansfield. Hi, Jayne. Jayne, today your teammates are Mrs. Marlene Shea, advertising and fashion director for a stocking manufacturing company, lives in Valley Stream, Long Island. And that's Captain Joe O'Brien, personnel officer in the U.S. Marine Corps, lives in East Meadow, New York. All right, have a seat. And the audience is gasping at Jayne's red dress, I take it, right? It's pretty, very pretty dress.
Thank you. Richard Blackwell.
Who?
Richard Blackwell.
Richard Blackwell. I thought he was a bridge player, or I don't know. You know, Jayne, in addition to making movies all over the world, is involved in various business enterprises. What are some of them, Jayne?
Oh, my goodness, I have a scarf out now called Hollywood Head Topper. This is fun because it's not only a dickie, but a babushka and all kinds of things that snaps around. And, you know, it's so easy to go to the store in something like this.
I do it all the time.
Yes. And international car leasing, too. You just jump into the international car that you just leased from me. And go to the store, and this Hollywood Head Topper, and then you have it made.
Are you there personally to lease these cars and pass out the babushkas? Well,
exactly.
Business should be booming, I would say there. All right, now good luck today to you and your teammates, Joe and Marlene. Let's bring on our other celebrity now. He's one of the most versatile young men in show business, Mr. Orson Bean. Hey, Orson. Orson, that's Dave Perry, office manager with the New York Telephone Company, lives in New York, and Gene Bonnell, a book production assistant with Farrar, Straus & Company, and lives in New York.
My suit, incidentally, is by Irving Weinspar. Comes with a matching dickie, but I didn't want to wear it. I didn't want to...
Orson, I introduced you as being a very versatile guy, what with the school, the Summer Hill.
Summer Hill type school, yeah.
And... you recently produced a play, an off-Broadway play.
Yes, sir. We are an award-winning musical called Home Movies. And I produced the show at the Provincetown Playhouse, and it won 3 Obie Awards. That's the off-Broadway Oscar, you know, and it's the greatest show in the world.
You get around, too. All right, good luck to you and to your teammates here today. Here's a way to work. I'll ask a question to which are a number of possible good answers, and all of these people will use their judgment, write down the answer they think is most likely to match their teammates. May I have number 1? Thank you. Write down one word to describe Nikita Khrushchev, or Khrushchev, as they say in news circles. One word to describe him. I'll get back to you in 1 minute. Now for a little story with a moral about an important problem. Oh, here we are. Hello there. I was just checking the question here. It's write down one word to describe Nikita Khrushchev. We'll begin with Jayne's team. And Marlene, what do you say?
Well, I couldn't put in what I really wanted, so I said communist.
He's a communist.
Okay.
Joe, what do you say to describe Mr. Khrushchev?
Fat.
He's fat, according to Joe. Jayne, what did you write down?
Well,
He's fat as a man. Very good.
Followed your conscience and you won. That's good.
Why do you hang your head when you say he's fat?
because I always look to the good sides of people, and I think he has very many good sides, and I think whether you're fat or thin doesn't mean anything at all as to what kind of a person you are, really.
Yes.
So I didn't want to say anything.
Should have put thin, then.
He is a little on the heavy side, I must say. Well, they got one match there, and they're on the scoreboard with 25. Let's swing over to Orson's side now, and Dave.
Bald.
He's bald. Gene, what do you say?
Fat.
So we have a fat, bald man so far. Orson, what can
We
you
have a
think
fat, bald dictator.
of fat, bald...
Now, glad we had his press agent on the show today.
Very good question. Very interesting question. All right, 25-0, favor of Jane's side. Now we ask you to fill in this blank. Nagging blank. N-A-G-G-I-N-G. Nagging blank. Everybody set over here? We're waiting for one person. All right, we'll begin with that one person down there. Dave, go.
I said mother-in-law.
Nagging mother-in-law, he said. Gene, what do you say?
Wife.
Nagging wife. And Orson, what's your answer?
Nagging wife.
Wife is a match. Orson, you really don't mean it, do you?
What?
You don't mean it, do you?
Certainly not.
Okay. All right, let's swing over to Jane's side and call on Marlene.
I said wife.
She says wife. Joe, what do you say?
Wife.
Wife is a match. Now you're up to 50 points. Jane has...
Goody, goody.
Wife, and there we go. Jane's team conceivably could win because they're up to 75. 75 to 25 the score. One match is what they need. Let's see if they get it. Name something a serviceman would label with his name so he does not lose it. Something a serviceman would label with his name so he doesn't lose that thing. Whatever you're going to name. Gene was the first one finished. Orson's team is ready, and now Jane's team is ready. And we'll begin with Orson's side and Dave Perry.
Cap.
A cap, he says. Gene, what do you say?
Well, it's hat, but
Cap
it's
and hat, how about that? That's a match, so you're up to 50 points. Now, Orson,
Uniform.
a uniform. One match there, and now one match here wins the game. Let's see if they get it. Marlene.
I said duffel bag.
Duffel bag. All right, Joe is a serviceman, a member of the U.S. Marine Corps.
All of his clothing.
Clothing. Uh-oh. Jane, what
I
have you got?
said duffel bag.
Bag and duffel bag. Let me just check on that now. I guess, is there any kind of bag other than a duffel bag? Not that I
There's a
know.
garbage bag. There's a...
No, she didn't mean garbage bag, Orson. All right, bag and duffel bag is a match, so Jane's team wins the game. I was a serviceman some time ago, and I can't think of any other kind of bag, so you won it, and...
Grocery bag, garbage bag, gas bag. There's
Come
a
on.
million bags.
Old bag.
audience match for you in just...